Hello YouTube, North1 here. I just thought I'd do a history lesson since today is Sunday evening, since it is Sunday evening, on the topic of Ohio Route 146 and its links with the illegal transportation world. Okay, let's go and start into the video. Chapter 1, Hooker Highway. Now we'll warn this video is PG-13. Or rated PG-13, because I'm not going to do the rated R version because there is some very graphic details, okay? 1980 to 1990 in Zanesville, downtown area, to Ohio 146. There was a section of 146 between Toboso, Hanover, and Nashport that was very famous, as nicknamed as the Hooker Highway by many people. The Hooker Highway basically talks about illegal things that happen for women to get to Newark for panhandling back in 1980. The Hooker Highway was a means of transport. It was basically like a passenger train for people that were committing crimes in between Zanesville and Newark. Now on to Chapter 2. Chapter 2. Friday, Newark to Zanesville Drive. In 1980, back when the chassis system was through Newark, and also the Pennsylvania Railroad / Conrail was through Newark, there was a set of the rails that are between Newark and Zanesville were once used on or as the Hooker Highway for some people back in the day. The 146 Route 146 was also a very famous route for women to walk from Zanesville to Newark on. It was always a thoroughway back in 1980. Okay, and then we'll go on to Chapter 3. 146 in 2010. In 2010, I was able to work at Dillon State Park. The Hooker Highway was used in 2010 when I was at Dillon State Park. That was actually a popular place. Used to be, back in the day, women would stop at Dillon State Park. Now those women that stopped at Dillon State Park were using the facilities as a kind of like a train station to get to Newark. The state park was a major stop on a Hooker Highway, which is also known as, some people call the walking on the Hooker Highway as dangerous. It was. Those who used to use the Dillon State Park ranger station as a stopping point to use were using it as part of their way to get to Newark. That was always the midpoint to the place. Now, with the new way of transportation of that, Hooker Highway ended up stopping because of the Muskegon County Sheriff's Office and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources police officer in the park of Dillon State Park. They do not use it anymore as the way to get to Newark. That was just a midpoint between Newark and Zanesville for those women. Those women no longer no longer walk on 146 to go to Newark. Now, that may have been just a small thing back in the 80s. Women would walk to on 146. Now, it's no longer happening now. So, this is just a brief explanation of State Route 146 and why it was called Hooker Highway, for those who did not know. I have another video scheduled to film after I go off this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more content. Tower 1 out.